Okay, hello girls. Today I will be your teacher English, your English teacher, sorry. And I hope we can have a good learning in this subject, especially in this topic because it's really important for you. And I hope you can have an active participation and we can have, I don't know, a lot of fun in this very special class. Okay, so let's get started in a moment. Okay, tres. Okay, hello guys. My name is Daniela, and today I'm going to talk about the differences between active voice and passive voice. And in this lesson I want to explain you in a few ways that I think can help you. You decide how to choose inactive voice or passive voice. And I think that this will be useful for you in your writing and in your speaking skill. So let's get started. So first, somebody knows the meaning of active voice and passive voice? Anna?
Well, active voice is when, like, the way we talk, like just like I'm doing it right now, and passive voice is when we say something that someone else says, or when I don't know, something in the past happened and we want to report it. I don't know. I don't know if I'm okay.
Yeah, something like that. Actually, active voice is used to place emphasis on the subject, the person or the thing that doing or causing the action. And for other hand, passive voice is used to emphasis on the object, not the subject, of an action and used when the subject is unknown or unimportant. But however, we can say the subject, so that doesn't matter much. Okay. Then, active voice, the difference between active voice and passive voice is active voice when the subject of a sentence performs the verb's action. We say that the sentence is an active voice. So here are some examples. For example, monkeys adore bananas, or the cashier counted the money, or the dog chased the squirrel. And passive voice be a sentence in the passive voice, on the other hand, when the subject is acted on by the verb. And some examples related to active voice in these examples. For example, here in active voice is monkeys adore bananas, and passive voice bananas are adored by monkeys. Active voice, the cashier counts the money. Passive voice, the money was counted by the cashier. And finally, the dog chased the squirrel. And passive voice is the squirrel was chased by the dog. Okay? If you don't understand yet, don't worry, I will explain you. And well, here I'm going to talk about the the present simple principle in this because in my opinion, I think this is the most important. So it's an affirmative, negation, and question. To affirmative, for active voice, we use first the subject plus infinitive verb and complement or the object. For example, Pancho records the video. Infinitive verb, we add the letter S because it's a singular subject, because Pancho is he. And we add the letter is in he, she, or it, okay? And passive voice is object, verb to be, past participle, and by the subject. So here the object is the video. Be is, and past participle is recorded by Pancho or by him, whatever you want. Also, it's okay. Both it's okay, sorry. And negation. Active voice is subject plus doesn't or don't, depend of the subject. If the subject is in singular, we use the doesn't, and the subject is in plural, we use don't. Infinitive, infinitive verb, and complement. Pancho doesn't record the video. And passive voice, we use first the object plus am not, is not, or are not, depends on the object. If the object is like I, if the verb here will be I am or am. And I'm not, and if the object is she, or it, the verb is not. And if the object is like they, we, you, is are not. And past participle and by. So it's the video, it's not recorded by Pancho. And finally, question 4. Active do or does depend of the subject, infinitive, verb, and complement object, and finally question marker. So first, if the subject is singular, we use does, and the subject is in plural, we use do. So does Pancho records the video? And passive voice is am, is, are, object, past participle, by, and the subject and question mark. So that will be, is the video recorded by Pancho? And also I want to explain you in past simple and in a future will, but here just in present simple, okay? So for past simple, inactive is subject plus past, the verb in past, and the object. For example, Pancho recorded the video. And passive is object. The object here is the video. Was or were depends on the object. So the object is the video. The verb will be was or were. If it's singular, the object.
What?
Was, past participle, recorded, and by, finally, the subject by Pancho or by him, wherever you want. And you can tell me some examples to be specific. For example, I will to tell you in active voice and you are transformed in passive voice, okay? So inactive could be, no, I don't know, Anna. Anna ate tacos yesterday. In passive voice could be, depend, according this, could be, the object here is
Taco?
Tacos
Were
were, plural. The past part,
eaten by Anna.
by yesterday. Other example could be Ale, inactive voice. Ale played Xbox last night. And passive could be, first the object here is
Xbox
Xbox
was played
by
by Ale
last night. Exactly. Well, now in future will, inactive voice is subject plus will. Don't change that. Will, infinitive verb, and object. Pancho will record the video. In passive voice, it's object plus will be, these are two words, past participle, and by the subject. Some example inactive is Monse will, I don't know, study English tomorrow. In passive is, first is the object here is
English
English. English will be, don't change that. Will be, study in past participle is,
Studied
mhm,
Started.
and,
by Monse.
uh-huh, tomorrow. Okay, that's, I think that it's clear that, but could we watch other examples? Oh no, I think that that's clear. Or you have some doubts about that? No? Okay. So here is one activity for you, and I will show you some pictures, and you have to tell some passive voice, because in active voice I think that it's so simple. So it's passive voice, it's okay. And in the present, past, and future tense, okay? For example, here in this picture, in present tense, passive voice could be, somebody knows?
In passive voice,
Mhm. Ana or Monse?
E.
Okay, Ana.
Soccer is played by the boy.
Uh-huh. By the ball. And past, somebody knows?
soccer was played by the boy.
Mhm. In future,
Soccer will be played by the boy.
yeah. In this picture, in present, passive voice. Somebody knows?
The bicycle is ridden by the child.
Mhm. By the child. Past,
The bicycle was ridden by the child. Was ridden by the child.
was or were?
Was.
Was
Mhm. Was ridden by the child. In future,
The bicycle.
the bicycle
mhm,
will be
mhm.
Ridden by the child.
And finally, the last picture. Somebody knows? Present,
the dog is fed by the boy.
the dog is fed. By the boy.
By the boy.
In past,
The dog was fed by the boy.
the dog was fed by the boy. And future tense,
The dog will be fed by the boy.
the dog will be fed by the boy. Yeah, that's right. So I think that I will think that everything is clear, right? But for last activity, okay, for last activity, yeah, give me a moment. Okay, for last activity, this is a fun activity actually, because you have to be very fast in this activity. I will make some movements with my body, with my hands, with my head, and with my facial expressions. And you have to form sentence in active and in passive voice, both, right? Not just passive voice, it's in active and passive. So first, it's so easy. could be what I'm doing.
You are drinking water. So it's the teacher drinks water. And in
Inactive
passive,
and in passive.
water is drink by the teacher.
By teacher or by her, whatever. Other activity could be, I don't know, yes, with this. Inactive and in passive voice.
I think inactive could be the teacher wears glasses.
And in passive,
The glasses,
plural, remember. Or singular,
glasses are worn by you, by the teacher.
or by her. And I don't know, what can I do? I don't know.
You're reading a book. So it could be the teacher reads a book. In
Sorry?
passive,
Mm-hmm.
in passive would be the book is read by the teacher.
Yeah, and I don't know what other example. This.
The teacher wears a mask,
Mhm.
and the mask is worn by the teacher.
Yeah, you're right. You have the idea. So to end the class, I don't know. I have a question for you. I don't know if you have some question about the class or everything is clear. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, Miss.
So now I wanna tell you some questions. The first question for you is, what did you learn in this class?
We learn about how to do passive voice sentences in present, future, and past.
Just passive voice?
No, also active voice.
Okay. Other question. Do you think that this will be important to you in a future for teachers, or I don't know? Do you think that this topic will be important for you?
Yes, teacher, of course, it will be really
Why?
important. Because, well, if we want to tell something about, I don't know, that was invented in the past, I think obviously we have to use passive voice. And I think that's why it's important to learn the topic.
Yeah, and we can use it in our speaking or in your writing your skills, right? So yeah, that's very important. So, well, I think that everything is clear, and yeah, I think that it's all for us, and I think that it's all for the class. So, see you later, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Le corta la